Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube page. We're concluding our recaps of the Thanksgiving Day games with the last game of the day, the Patriots-Jets, the nightcap. If there was one game you happened to miss yesterday, because maybe you're a little bit tired from the Thanksgiving Day festivities, this was definitely the game to miss. The Patriots routed the Jets 49-19 on the heels of what was another good game from Tom Brady, 18 for 28 for 323 yards and 3 touchdowns. When you add to that the fact that the Patriots had a 35-point second quarter, which obviously blew the game wide open. They scored in that 35-point second quarter. They scored via 3 Tom Brady touchdown passes and also 2 fumble returns for touchdowns, one by Steve Gregory and one on a kickoff from Julian Edelman. And it absolutely blew the game wide open. It got pretty ugly at MetLife Stadium if you were watching yesterday, with the fans booing, and rightfully so. I mean, this team came out, and actually the first quarter didn't look that bad. It was scoreless at the end of the first quarter. You're thinking, maybe the Jets have a good game plan against Brady, but then those special teams errors, the fumbles, it got out of hand real quick, and the Jets were never able to recover. With this win, the Patriots go to 8-3. And like many people expected, they're starting to solidify themselves in that AFC East. And it looks as though they'll be able to tune up for the playoffs a little bit in advance. What seed they'll have is a little bit up in the air. I mean, you have Houston, who's locked into the 1. And then you have Baltimore, Denver, and the Patriots that will be competing for those spots from 2 to 4. And to be honest, we could see that going anyway. We'll have to see how the rest of the season plays out and take a look at the schedules for all the teams. I know Denver has a pretty soft schedule coming down the stretch, and I'm pretty sure New England has some tougher games coming down the stretch. I think they still have the Texans and 49ers to play, so we'll see how that plays out going forward. As far as the Jets go in this game, it's never good when during the course of a game they're showing the general manager in the press box, as they did several times to Jets general manager Mike Tannenbaum. There was a lot of talk after the game. Rex Ryan got asked after the game about his job security, Mark Sanchez's job security. He did back up Mark Sanchez in the press conference, saying that Sanchez would remain a starter, so that's that. Ryan said he's not worried about losing his job, and I actually see it that way too. I think Woody Johnson loves Rex Ryan, and I think he loves the PR he brings. And look, this is going to look like a subpar season for the Jets, but as far as Jets history goes, Rex Ryan's been one of their best coaches, if not their best coach ever. So we don't see him getting fired just from this season. We think that the lame duck, or the guy who might not survive, is Mike Tannenbaum, the general manager. Because when you look at this team play, it's just a lack of talent. You look out on the field, they don't have nearly the talent that the other teams have. And I know it's a simple way to look at it, but they have no depth. Once they sustain the injuries to Revis, to Santonio Holmes, this really reared its ugly head, and they didn't address the running back situation. Sean Green's a nice player. Is he an NFL starter on a team that wants to run the ball? I don't think he is at this point. I think he's shown that in now his 4th year as a pro. So it'll be interesting to see going forward how the Jets handle the rest of the season. I mean from the perspective of, are they going to continue to play hard, play with reckless abandon, play like a team that has something to play for. They do have a lot of veterans on the team. Hopefully those veterans are able to, impart to the younger players how important it is to play the string out. We'll see how the Jets handle their off-season moves when that time comes. But as of right now, we think Tannenbaum's in a lot of trouble. We think Rex and Sanchez will be back next year. And as far as the Tebow situation goes, look, we don't really get too caught up in backup players and talking about them here. We know Tebow's a story, but we think it would be best for the Jets to get rid of Tebow, not because he's a bad guy, not because he doesn't have some value, but just because he's too big of a distraction. But as we head down the stretch here, final 5 games of the season, looks as though the Patriots have solidified the AFC East, and the Jets will be playing out the string in the final 5 games. Thank you.